How's it going, guys? Sean here, and I'm going to take you through a home workout that you can do wherever you are if your lifestyle has been affected by the current world affairs with the coronavirus. We know some parts of the world, they're not allowed to exit the house. Some are preparing for something similar, okay? So if your gym's been closed or whatever the excuse may be, we're going to give you some material that you can do at home so that you can still stay healthy, keep your mind healthy, and you can get through this period as best as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through a series of exercises for the workout, and it's going to be short and sharp. The purpose for this is to go hard, get a sweat on, and get in and out quickly, okay? We don't have all day long to be able to get this workout in. You might be at home, you might have kids running around, you might have distractions right, left, and center. So it's about fast, short, and sharp blast for today, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna set our KO8 up at a high anchor point. You might not have a lot of space, so typically we'd have the KO8 length just under the knee, but if you are challenged by how much space you've got, zip it up as high as you can, and we can still do the exercises that are programmed on a higher length, okay? So what we'll do is we'll start with some joint mobility and just getting some blood flow to the areas that we're gonna work, and then I'll describe what we're gonna do in the main part of the workout. So I'm set up on suspension. What we're gonna do from here is we're gonna face into the anchor point. Make sure if you've got a lock on the door, fantastic, keep it locked. If not, try and work on the inside of the door so it's not gonna open this way. That's health and safety for you there. And also let people know in the house that you are training, because the last thing you wanna do is have someone open the door while you're performing the exercises and you go flying, okay? So what we'll do is hands in. The first part is we're gonna just open up the hips. So we're gonna drop feet further than shoulder width apart. I'm gonna have toes away. We're gonna lean to the right and left and just drop into a stretch, externally rotating the left leg as we put all of our weight behind the right heel. We can transfer our weight to the opposite side. Now you might not be able to get down as low as I'm showing here, but you can find your perfect level, and we're just gonna open out the hips, transferring the weight right and left. I'm feeling a stretch on those hamstrings, adductors, right and left, well done. Okay. Now from here, what we'll do is we're gonna add a little bit into it. So toes pointing forwards, and we're gonna lean in, pushing down through the handles to create that stability, nice flat back, and we'll feel the hamstrings there. We can go up onto the toes, just activate those calves, bringing the weight back into the heels and drop down into the same stretch, okay? Now we can make it a little bit more dynamic. Remember, when we transfer the weight, we can externally rotate that ankle just to give us a bit more of an onset of a stretch on that inside leg, okay? So you can just flow through right and left. When you're happy with that and you've done enough, we're gonna go into a dead hang position. So take the hands through the handles, sit back with the hips, let the head come in between the elbows and really pull away from the anchor point. So you're trying to cause some separation there behind the scapula or the shoulder blades. And we're trying to really get a stretch, reorganizing the spine, staying nice and long, so we really sit as far away from the anchor point as possible with that tailbone. Now you'll see I'm gonna rotate, so I'm gonna get some thoracic rotation. So the upper part of the spine is gonna rotate as the hips, knees, and ankles stay neutral. It's a really good stretch to open out the lats and down the side of the body. All of the musculature that runs from the armpit down towards the hip, you can get a really nice stretch there. Sometimes that's a place where we don't really stretch too much at all, okay? So that's 1 and 2. Now you'll start to feel a little bit looser up in there, and we're gonna finish with some shoulders, okay? So I'm going with an offset stance, one foot in front of the other, push away from the anchor point, so make sure there's no slack in the bands. I'm actively pushing away from the anchor point. And from here, I'm just gonna take it really slowly, and I'm gonna bring those hands behind the body, and we're just opening up all of those chest fibers from the anterior delt into the pec minor, get that nice stretch. You can also find an angle where you feel tight. Inhale, and on the exhale, you can just lean forward ever so gently just to bring that stretch on. Again, try that from different angles. It might be over and above head. It might be out to the side. Work with the breath and just find and explore those areas of the upper body where you might be tight, okay? When you come out of there, you should feel a little bit of difference there. You feel a nice stretch, you feel ready to go. So what we'll do now is we'll go into the exercises. We've got 6 movements that we're gonna do, and we're gonna go from one to the other. Now the topic and the theme for today is something called peripheral heart action. What this basically means is it's transferring the blood from the working muscles from the lower to the upper part of the body. So we'll pair a lower body exercise with an upper body exercise, and we'll put them close together. The benefits are fantastic. Really, really good for calorie burns, really good for increasing healthy blood flow and circulation, and also it allows you to work different parts and different muscle groups straight after another so that you can get more work done in less amount of time. So think of this peripheral heart action as a more scientific version of a HIIT workout, okay? So we'll be able to go from lower to upper without rest, because the fatigued muscles will take a break as you move into the other part of the body. So if that makes sense, join me into these first 2 exercises. So number 1 is going to be upper body. We're working that posterior chain, which is the back side of the body. I'm going to go into a suspended row. So we're lowering our body, rolling the shoulders back, avoiding this internal slump. So those internally rotated shoulders need to be pulled back, brought down nice and low and locked in with the lats. And then we're going to rotate the wrists as we pull our chest up towards our wrists. So what we're going to do, that's exercise 1. When I say change, we're going to transfer into squats. Now with the squats, you can keep it here, using the handles for some support, dropping those hips nice and low and forcing those knees away from the body rather than letting them collapse in. Okay, that's the job. So we'll do number 1 straight into number 2. We're going to work for 40 seconds each without rest. So it'll be a total of 80 seconds. After the 80 seconds is up, you'll get 20 seconds rest. We're going to go around 3 times, and then we'll have a water break. In the water break, I'll tell you the next 2 exercises, so we don't need to worry about that yet. Okay, so are we ready? So we'll go into this, we'll have 40 seconds, so set your timer, set your watch, whatever you're going to use. And I'm going to do every single rep and set along with you today. All right then, so find an angle that's right for you. Remember, if you want to make it easier, walk back. If you want to make it harder, walk closer towards the anchor point. All right then, ready? In 3, 2, shoulders back and go. Nice and strong. So what we can do here is we can make this exercise challenging for the core, because after all, this is a core exercise. You have to keep a strong core, because if you don't, you can either find yourself swinging up and hyperextending at the spine, or you can find your hips might drop. So the job is to keep your body strong and stiff, rigid like a plank of wood, from heels all the way up to shoulders. So we're going up and down, and we do that by squeezing the abs in the front and squeezing the glutes in the back. This will keep you in a nice safe position for the lower spine. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, step back, straight into your squats, no rest, let's go. So again, find a position that's right for you. Everybody has slightly different hip anatomy, and your squat can look different than mine, but that's okay. Just make sure all the weight is in your heels, heels aren't raised. We push through the floor, that's where we find our strength, through those heels. Hands, I don't want you to pull yourself up with your arms, so I'm holding on very lightly with my fingers right now. All the strength is coming from the legs. Well done. You might start and feel that your heart rate's raising, your breath's a little bit heavier. We got 3, 2, 1. Okay, there we go, 20 seconds rest. This is your time to recover. We're gonna do the same thing again. So we've only got 20 seconds, so get your recovery in. Deep breaths, try and get yourself ready. If the first exercise was too difficult, change the angle. If it was too easy, change the angle. Okay, so get yourself ready. Round 2 is coming up shortly. So remember, when we get ready to go, first thing we do is we roll them shoulders back, we lock them in, we glutes are tight, abs are tight. Are we ready? In 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Nice and strong. So what I want to talk about this round is making sure that we work through the full range of motion. If you don't know what that means, that's okay. I'm going to explain. What I want you to do is fully extend the arms. Arms are all the way out. And when we row ourselves up, elbows go beyond the line of the spine. Okay? If we only find that we're only working to here and we don't have the strength to get to the top, chances are you're working at an angle that's too difficult for you right now. Okay? We want to be working through the full range of motion. You got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step back, okay? You know what's coming next. Drop into them squats. Keep that chest up. Again, use the support from the fingertips, but don't be pulling yourself up with the arms. Let the arms take a break. Let's transfer the blood down to those working muscles in the lower body. Like we talked about in the beginning, this is exactly what peripheral heart action is. Well done, nice deep breaths. Keep actively pushing those knees away. And when we get to the top of each rep now, what I want you to focus on is squeezing those glutes. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Round 2 done. We got 1 more to go. You know the drill. Keep it tight. Main key things here for exercise 1. Abs tight, glutes tight. Protect that spine. Make it a core exercise as we row. Remember, full range of motion. Elbows past the spine and arms out in front. Get ready. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is the last time you're gonna do this exercise. So test yourself. Maybe change the angle, change it up slightly. Make it slightly more difficult if you were coping quite well through rounds 1 and 2. Just a couple of inches, you can definitely feel the intensity increase because you're just lifting more of your body weight. Well done. Relax the neck. You don't need to jut your chin out. Keep it relaxed and just work through those lats, biceps, forearms should be firing up right now. 3 seconds, 2, 1. Well done, fantastic. 3 down, straight into those squats. Again, leading on from what I was saying at the end of the last set, I want you to really contract the glutes. When we get to the top, squeeze them together. And also with those quads in the front, contract and squeeze. Good. If this is easy, you can do more reps so we can increase the speed, like so. Or if you want to, you can add a little jump. We can get off the floor. Just add a little bit more of a dynamic version. For the last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Okay, first 2 exercises in the bag. Get yourself a drink, get your recovery. I'm out of breath. You should be too if you're working at the right level. Now, as you're taking a breather, don't take your eyes off me. I'm gonna show you the next 2 exercises that we're gonna do. So, we just finished with the lower body. We're gonna go back to the upper body. This time, it's gonna be a suspended press. Opposite muscle groups from the row. We're lowering our chest towards the wrists, pushing ourselves back up. Now again, if you wanna make this more difficult, you might need to add a little bit more length in the KO8 if this is too high, okay? If you're happy where you are, don't worry about it. If you need a little bit more, I'll just show you exactly how to do it. So we pull the straps, allow a little bit more length, and you can work at a more appropriate angle and intensity, okay? So we're gonna go from number 1, dropping into that press. Exercise 2, we're gonna go into a lunge. When we lunge, I want the hands to come overhead. So we're working some mobility into this lunge set, okay? So we're working on the legs first and foremost. Every time you hit that lunge, nice soft landing, push away using that front leg. And we'll alternate each leg in between. So they're the two exercises. I'll give you more coaching points as we go. So let's get ready to roll. We got 40 seconds on each one. In 3, in 2, in 1, let's go. So notice what I'm doing here. I'm just lowering the body, but the whole body has to come down, okay? Not just your shoulders and sticking your butt out in the air. That's not right. Everything has to come together. Shoulders, rib cage, hips, we all come down in one line, and we all go back up in one line. You've really got to engage the abs, squeeze them together, and squeeze the glutes in the back. Again, that will protect you from falling into this hyperextension. It's not where you want to be. 2, 1, and the set. Okay, now into lunge. So remember, hands are going overhead. We're going to alternate each leg out in front. Nice soft landing. Just want to take it easy on the knees in the first couple. And then really start to push off with that front leg. Now hands connected to the handles, actively pushing away from the anchor point because we don't want any slack here. We want to be pushing away so that when we lunge forward, those shoulders are being taken into a nice end range. We got 3 seconds, 2, 1, change. Okay, 20 seconds breather. Same thing. If the first exercise was too difficult, change the angle. Just simply walk further away. There's less of your body weight then to push, okay? Find a challenging angle whereby the 40 seconds is up and you're feeling it, okay? Let's get ready. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice control on the way down. Squeeze the glutes, push ourselves up. Now, if you're not very good at push-ups, this is a perfect way to develop the strength that you need in order to get better at those push-ups, okay? Now you can choose your angle just enough so that you can really work on bending those elbows, pushing away from the floor, and you'll start to get better and better and develop the strength, as I say. So, really good exercise, this one. 3, 2, 1. Okay, straight in, no rest. Hands overhead. Good. So you want to have chest up, nice bend in the knee, get as low as we can to the floor. That's it, well done everyone. Keep it going. Deep breaths. Should be no real bend in the elbow. Keep them overhead, nice and straight. And again, if you want to intensify this, we can really start to focus on exploding away from the floor, push with that leg, and of course, speed up and do more reps. It's the only other way. 3, in 2, in 1, and rest. Well done, 2 down, 1 left to go. Just get yourself sorted, quick breather. Without drink, we're gonna do that after this set, so hold on for one more set of 80 seconds, okay? Get ourselves positioned. Again, if you can, and you feel ready, drop the angle, make it a little bit more difficult than it was last time, all right? Wrists should be underneath the shoulders, tight core, all goes down together. Ready? 2, 1, and drop. Now what I'm doing with my wrists, as I come down, thumbs are going up, and as I come back to the top, thumbs are turning back in. So by externally rotating those wrists, we can bring the straps off the top of the arms. If you're getting any friction there from the straps on the exposed skin, it's a little bit better for you. So we externally rotate the wrists as we drop, push. Should be feeling a little burn, it should be starting to feel difficult. You're in the right place. Well done. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Step forward, off we go with the lunges. Now again, we can get the heart rate up, we can go quicker, okay? Step, and together. Try and find a nice rhythm, and remember to explode off. If you put more force through the floor, you're gonna feel the difference in the intensity on the legs, and you'll definitely feel your heart rate creeping up. Good. Again, today's all about fundamental movements, Simple ones, nothing too over the top to begin with. 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, time. Well done, okay. That's 2 sets done. We got 1 more left. Now, as you're getting your drink, we're gonna change modes. We're gonna go from suspension to resistance mode now. So I'm gonna take you through how to do that. Very, very simple. All you're gonna do is when you take the handle out, you wanna locate the KO8 strap, take the large black carabiner, take it away, unlink it from the bottom silver D-ring and attach it to the top silver D-ring. So now you're working with rubber resistance. We're in resistance mode, okay? So I want you to do that on both handles, all right? Very simple, clip off and clip on. First time you do that, it might be a little bit difficult, but it just comes with time, nice and easy, you can do it in seconds. So now we're working in a totally different mode, and I'm gonna give you another 2 different exercises from here. So we're gonna go starting with another variation of a row. So we're gonna be working with a row and a squat together. So really, really good full body exercise. And then after I'll show you exactly what that looks like. So again, distance wise, if you're running out of room, zip it back up. Now, if you have space, you don't need to do this. Again, I'm just gonna try and demonstrate how you can work in a very closed or tight space. This exercise is gonna be facing the anchor point, arms out in front, shoulders back again. Now, as we drop, we need to support ourselves with our legs. So the legs are gonna do a lot of work isometrically. They're not going up and down, but they're definitely gonna be working. Now, when we get to this position, we're gonna be pulling those wrists toward our chest, in and out, okay? This is the squat row, all right? That's the exercise number 1. Exercise number 2, all you're gonna do from here is we're gonna go into another squat variation, which is a little bit different than we did at the beginning. If you were going with a typical up and down squat with feet always connected, we're gonna change it up now. So using these again for support and for stability, but there's a little bit less because it's not rigid anymore. So the exercise number 2, we're gonna go into a 3-part squat. So it'll start with feet together. We'll go down, a little spring into shoulder width, and then a little spring into sumo, okay? So the 3 different foot positions. Position 1, ankles together. You're gonna work that outer sweep of the thigh. When we go into shoulder width, that's gonna be obviously hitting the more central areas. And when we go out wide, I want you to rotate your toes externally so that we've got a position like this. It creates a bit more space for the hips to drop. And that'll be working the inside of the thighs as well. Okay, so you're gonna hit 3 different parts. All right then, this will be tough after doing the hold. It's gonna be a burner, but this is the last set. All right then, let's get ready. 3, 2, 1. Squat and hold, shoulders back, and let's pull. So again, for the first few reps, take it slow, take it smooth. Focus on arms all the way out, elbows all the way back. That's your range of motion for this exercise. Well done. Cork through those wrists, so when we pull, palms up. When arms go back, palms down. That's it, good. Start to feel those legs burning. Keep it up. If you need to, stand them up, shake them off, and go back into it as fast as you can. Well done, we got 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, okay. And the set straight into our 3-part squat. Feet together, shoulder width and wide. So remember, with this one, we're working all 3 parts. Nice soft landing. You don't need to explode too high. Depends on your level and how hard you want to take it today, but ease into it. We've got 2 more sets to go. If you can't do it with the jump, just do it with a step. Change the foot position, toes out, drop, reset, and we finished exactly like that. As long as we're getting those 3 squats in, that's good. 2, 1, time. Well done. This is gonna be intense on the legs. Heart rate's definitely gonna come up. You're gonna get that cardio effect. Now we're gonna go back to the start, hit the strength, and then we'll do it again. All right, get ready. On this one, if it's too difficult, take a band off, If it's too easy, you can add a band on. I'm working 2 blacks for this second round. That's it, good. I'm working here because I know I can get full range of motion, I can get a good squeeze in those working muscles. Well done. Really pull it back, hold on tight. Feel those lats. Your elbows nice and tight to the body. Good, well done. Fantastic, those of you that haven't stood up yet and are staying with me, well done. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, then here we go. Straight in. 3-part squat. Soft landing. Now the legs will be burning. You gotta dig in. And remember, we said at the beginning it's gonna be short and sharp, intense. Now you'll be feeling it. Well done. Keep it going. Keep it going. Almost there. Remember, go into the step variation if you need to. Good. All right, we're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Shake them off. That's a killer on the quads, and we've got 1 more set to go. So, if you need to, you can change it slightly. Instead of going into the squat with the row, you can do it in a standing position if you know you're not going to do it, or you can move in and out of that squat. I'll show you. Okay, get ready. In 3, 2, 1, and hold. Now, again, like I said, if this is too intense, legs need a break, you can go into a staggered stance and still hit the row. This will give the quads a little bit of a breather, but if we can, I want you to stay into that position and we'll finish this workout nice and strong. Good. Elbows back. Nice squeeze in the upper body. It's a full body exercise, this one. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. Last 40 seconds. If this one is where you've really got to dig in. If it's too easy for you, really start to explode and get some height, get some air time in between each rep. Again, if you need to take it down, go with the step, drop, feet together, reset, step, step, drop, okay? Let's finish strong, come on. What have you got? Almost there. Soft landing, knees out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Fantastic work. Absolutely killed it. You should be out of breath, you should be sweating, you should be hot. Job done, okay? What we'll do is we'll take you through a nice little stretch and we'll bring it to a close. You can get back on with your day. All right, bring yourself over. Now you can either go back to suspension mode if you want that rigid feel. If not, sometimes I like to take both handles. That gives me 4 black bands and plenty of stability so that I can pull in the quad and just focus on the breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Well done. Switch sides, take it to the opposite leg, hook the ankle, chest nice and tall, knees together. Feel your heart rate coming back down to its normal rhythm. It's important we stretch out the quads. We did plenty on them there today. So that's number 1. Number 2, this is one where you really might need a little bit more stability. So I'm just quickly going to bring you back to suspension mode. Remember, take the big clips, attach them to the bottom D-ring this time. Now we're going to get on line with the ankle point. We're going to drop our left ankle over our right knee and sink the hips towards the floor, bringing on that nice stretch in the glutes. And standing up, swap the feet, right side, and again, just dropping that front knee, And the knee that's resting across the top, try and bring it out to 90 degrees if you can, if it's available for you. Well done. Now with them stretches, you can go through both sides as many times as you want, depending on how much time you've got. But other than that, bring the session to a close, get plenty of water on board. It's good for this time of this situation anyway. Drink plenty of water, stay active, even if you're enclosed or there's minimal options for you to exercise. That's the key message here from KO8. Stay active. We're going to give you material every single day, so you can tune in. We'll have some live workouts. We'll have some that are stored on our IGTV. So if you go to our channel, you'll be able to find them and use them whenever you want, okay? So don't worry about missing one. They'll all be saved there for you, okay? Thanks very much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.